Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
There you are. 9:05, happy Tuesday. 18th day of March, and it belongs to all of you in the heart of the 618. It's our daily show. CJ Nasello right here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV. Thanks for hanging out with me for the next 2 hours. Man, a nice day ready for us to be a part of. Almost 80 degrees today. I mean, just great. You know, all the fish are still alive. Life's looking good. Hey, with that being said, we got a great show for all of you coming down the pipeline. Patricia Lowe will be joining us in just a couple of minutes. Our State of the Race 2025 coverage continues as we talk to Patricia about her candidacy for the Edwardsville School Board. At 10:10, I got a lot to talk about with Sydney. Blog Talk is back on a Tuesday, and really looking forward to hearing what Sydney's been up to, and then really a great, kind of a cool vacation experience, and then Sydney's got too, so we'll talk about that. Then at 10:30, friend of the show, Gerard Fischer will be joining us in a different forum. He's going to be part of the State of the Race coverage as well. He'll be filling us in on his candidacy for Godfrey Village Trustee and what he's looking to do for the Village of Godfrey. All that comes down the pipeline in the next 2 hours. Here's what you need to know now at 9:06. Make sure you sign up for that daily email update. You can join myself and over 75,000 plus people that are in the know each and every day of the work week and on Saturdays with Around the Riverbend. One of the more talked about stories on social media was the aggravated robbery at a local smoke shop, and we do have an update for you. Nicholas Eppel, 24 years of age, of Alton, has been formally charged with aggravated robbery in the case by the Madison County State's Attorney's Office. This follows that armed robbery incident reported at the Puff Zone Smoke Shop on the 13th of March. Alton police apprehended Eppel early in the investigation, and an arrest warrant was issued by Judge Nielsen, who has ordered a detention hearing. Alton Police Chief Jarrett Ford praised the swift response of the officers involved, emphasizing their dedication to public safety in collaboration with the state's attorney's office. As always, all suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The National Weather Service of St. Louis has confirmed that 2 tornadoes struck St. Clair County on the 14th of March. An EF1 tornado began on the northeast side of O'Fallon with peak winds of 109 miles an hour. And then an EF2 originated in northern Mascoutah, reaching gusts of up to 120 miles an hour as it moved northeast. Meteorologist Alex Elmore reported that teams are currently assessing damage and searching for additional tornadoes in Randolph County, Illinois, and Arnold, Missouri. The National Weather Service plans to have more detailed storm tracks and information in the forthcoming days. The storms that overtook the region did impact local families, and as those powerful storms did sweep through Alton on the 14th of March, it caused significant damage to a local home. Marissa Kudelka's grandparents were hit hard when a large tree fell on their residence, severely damaging the roof. The incident raised concern among residents regarding that impact of severe weather. In response, she launched a GoFundMe for her grandparents to help them with the urgent repairs. Here's a quote: "We are reaching out for help to get them back on their feet," she stated. The campaign has gained traction within the community, and those interested in supporting it can find it online in the RiverBender.com article. New data from the Census Bureau reveals that the St. Louis metro area experienced a population increase of 6,400 residents in 2024. However, the city itself faced a decline of approximately 3,000 residents, bringing its total to just under 280,000. Mayor Tashara Jones expressed optimism, noting while the city has struggled with population loss for decades, recent figures indicate a slow in that trend, with hopes for a reversal. She emphasized the importance of making St. Louis a safe, welcoming place, particularly for all to enjoy. Finally, in the news today, so many of you were out there celebrating at Johnson's Corner on Monday, and Johnson's Corner did celebrate St. Patrick's Day once again, and they had a huge turnout, a special event for the community. The celebration featured 500 pounds of corned beef and cabbage all weekend long, Irish stew, and Reuben sandwiches. You can see the full conversation we had with Nash and Kathy Johnson online at RiverBender.com /daily show. I'm just glad to see that made it in the top of the hour news. That's one of the most clicked on stories of the morning. And then finally in the news today, the East Alton Wood River Oilers kicked off their softball season with a significant 8-2 win over CM, avenging last year's 16-0 loss. Pitcher Ellie Beckham shined on the mound, striking out 14 batters and contributing offensively with 3 hits and an RBI. After a competitive start, the Oilers pulled ahead with a strong third inning and added insurance runs in the 6th. Despite a late home run from CM's Danica Chester, Beckham closed out the game with a strikeout, and both teams look to improve on this season from the challenging previous seasons, which the Oilers are starting strong in 2025. You can stay up to date on all the prep sports coverage at RiverBender.com /sports. All right, this is why I can't breathe today. Let's talk about the weather. Air quality today is very sensitive for the unhealthy when it comes to asthmatic and all that stuff. Air quality 116. I woke up today and I couldn't breathe. Felt like I was getting sick or something. So air quality is something to worry about today. If you have some breathing issues or you have some issues with the allergies, might need to take something and make sure you're getting through the day. Temperatures right now in downtown Alton are 54 degrees, and it feels like 57 all across the Riverbend region. Today, partly sunny, breezy, and it will be warmer. And tonight, partly cloudy, breezy, and mild. How about that? Hey, temperatures are going to be nice today. They're going to reach just around 78 degrees, drop down to 56 overnight as we head into Wednesday. On Wednesday, a high of 73, a low of 32. However, there will be an impact alert issued here shortly based on the projections of wind gusts. That could be a problem coming into tomorrow. Thunderstorms likely as well. On Thursday, a high of 50, a low of 32 degrees. That's not fun. And on Friday, partly sunny skies, a high of 63 and a low of 37 degrees. On Saturday, sunny skies right here in the 618, a high of 58 and a low of 37 degrees. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. It's 53 degrees at 9:12 for time and temperature. Throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back. Rehab, recover, and return home. You can also stay up to date in real time all the time by going to RiverBender.com /weather. We got a busy show for you guys today and really excited to get this Tuesday up and running. Just can't breathe, but we're getting through it. With that being said, I'm so excited to welcome back Centerstone on the show. You know, Centerstone's been a great advocate, not only for our region, but also just for so many people across the country. You know, Centerstone's a national leader in mental health and substance use disorder treatment for people of all ages. They truly have a commitment for changing lives. And what I think so great is their dedicated clinicians use evidence-based practices in their treatment programs. This means that the recovery care plan is developed for you, not anything up for you, based on the latest science. You know, addiction, it can happen to anybody. But the good thing is, so can recovery. So start working on your recovery today, or if you know somebody that's struggling, make sure you know the resources that are available to your loved ones too by going to recoverwithus.org. That's recoverwithus.org. And don't forget to stay tuned to RiverBender.com and our daily show on the first and last Wednesday of each and every month as we have experts from Centerstone talking about the wonderful resources that await us. You can find out more, recoverwithus.org, or just go to centerstone.org. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with more daily show. But first, downtown Alton on this pretty nice Tuesday morning.
Spread your tiny wings and fly away, and take the snow back with you where it came
a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. osfoncall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Brant Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it. As Mayor Brant froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget, his economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
But I keep on thinking about you, sister golden hair surprise, and I just can't live.
Welcome back. Daily Show 917, little bit of change on this. God dang, my throat's hurting. On Tuesday morning. Bigger national news story of the day is that phone call that supposed to be happening here just in a few minutes from Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. That'll be taking place. You can stay tuned to that on our AP feed. And if I get anything from the press pool, I'll make sure to relay it to you just because that will be a pretty significant event. Also, just wanted to fill you in on one news story that was not in the top of the hour news, but something that Dalton Brown's been doing a great job of following. And we just had Mayor Stalcup and Councilman Plank on the show talking about the state of the race, and also we did mention some of the things going on inside City Council for Wood River. Changes to the redevelopment agreements for 3 Wood River properties have faced scrutiny from Councilman Bill Dittmers, who claims city officials have failed to enforce certain guidelines. At Monday's City Council meeting, Dittmers vocally opposed a series of amendments to TIF agreements for 3 properties, claiming the amendments would eliminate protections defending the city against waste, fraud, and abuse. City Manager Steve Palin said the city was simply amending each of its TIF agreements to be consistent with each other. Councilman Jeremy Plank has previously voiced support for simplifying the city's TIF agreements to encourage developers to invest in Wood River. So, of concern for Detmers were the 3 agreements for redevelopment using the TIF. The properties in question include 1 East Ferguson, 10 West Ferguson, and 62 East Ferguson. For 1 East Ferguson, Detmers claimed an amendment was made to the TIF agreement and signed off by City Manager Steve Palin rather than Mayor Stallcup, as required under an ordinance passed last fall. He further alleged the mayor was notified of the change and did nothing to stop it from going forward. Detmer said the agreement of 10 West Ferguson had been altered without council approval, and he also accused Palin of costing the city an extra expenses to have the documents redone, and claimed city officials, except fellow councilman David Ayers, are complicit in Palin's alleged failure to fulfill his job requirements, is what Detmers had to say. For the 62 East Ferguson Avenue agreement, Detmer said the property owner has failed to meet certain contractual agreements despite the city agreeing to reimburse them for up to $250,000. He reiterated his concerns that removing certain provisions from the agreement would open the door to TIF dollars being wasted. All 3 agreements were passed, though, with a 3-2 vote. In each case, Detmers and Ayers voted against the agreements, while Stallcup, Plank, and Councilman Tweedy did vote in favor. We had a conversation with Councilman Plank and Mayor Stallcup about this and had their side of the story and just their thoughts on what's going on. And you can see all of that on RiverBender.com/daily show. But as we keep getting closer and closer to April the 1st, we are 2 weeks away officially. And I know that every campaign, and probably all of you, are ready for it to be April 2nd soon. But really important that you stay up to date on your local municipal governments and seeing what your local officials are working on each and every day. And you can do that by following along with Dalton and Dan and Sydney right here at RiverBender.com. They're doing a great job keeping track of everything. And there was something else I wanted to fill you in on, and this was out of Edwardsville. Brian Bresch from Ameren, who's come on the show multiple times, great guy, he was reporting on the following, and this is just something to take a look at. A third-party contractor was working in the 7300th block of Marine Road using a boring machine when the operator hit a 1-inch Ameren, Illinois natural gas pipeline. Ameren, Illinois received a call of a natural gas service being struck, and that crew arrived on the scene and safely secured the area. Get this. The crew was able to safely repair the damage to the pipeline in about 20 minutes. The natural gas outage impacted only one customer. No one had to be evacuated. And it's just a safety reminder that it's always important to call 811 before digging. 811 is that national number for utility, locating, and marking. And just something that Ameren wanted to fill you in on about why it's so important to call Julie. It's a service available free of charge. Proactively calling Julie can help prevent a dangerous situation by ensuring the facilities are clearly identified before the first shovel hits the dirt. A home or business owner can also put in an e-request online at IllinoisOneCall.com. That's IllinoisOneCall.com. Hey, make sure you stay tuned this weekend to the event article will be coming out in just a couple of days, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's coming down the pipeline. I'll be, man, it's a busy week. I'll be in Highland on Friday. Metro East Humane Society invited me to host or MC, I guess, their gala, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's a big night for them, a big fundraiser, and really looking forward to spending a few hours up there and then getting back down to the homestead on a Friday night, and then just so much more coming down the pipeline this weekend. So if you're going up there, I'll see you. It's going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. Hey, while I have you, before we talk to Shannon Stelling in the Home Builders Remodelers Association of the Metro East, let me fill you in on my friends. You already know who I'm talking about. Village Dispensary. God, they're so good. Village Dispensary is here to make every day a really, really special day. You know, 30% off everything Cresco, including that high supply and all that great stuff that they have to offer. But it's not really even about all the great product they have and all the big inventory. It's just about how they treat people. You know, if you're somebody that's never utilized cannabis or kind of always been nervous about it, just never wanted to do anything with it, but all of a sudden maybe you have a little bit of a chronic thing or you have a lingering condition going on, and it's advised to you, maybe try it out. See if it helps with some appetite issues or maybe just some of that joint pain, all that stuff. You go in there. What I think's so cool, they have this consultation area, okay? And in the consultation area, they just pull you off to the side. They'll talk to you and answer any question that you really want